In my last video I made a Balrog based on the Haste of Balrog's artwork. JMac, Armies of Middle-earth, messaged me about an ongoing collab in which it would be great for.
They will answer to the King of Gondor.
I am a late addition, so like the Balrogs, I need to be hasty. And make sure to check out his video and everyone else's videos on their profiles.
Show us the meaning of haste.
For a backdrop, still on the table from my year roundup was my Khazad-dûm build, which is the only terrain I have high enough to contain the fiery lash. The first introduction to most models is through the rulebook, so the picture is important. Unfortunately, with my DSLR, I'm used to video camera angles. I don't really do photography. I like my photography 24 times a second. So after some trying out different lighting and focus ranges and tripod heights with no real "that's the shot" photos, nothing was really going right. I didn't have my generator, so I couldn't have my main ceiling lights on, and I had to have the garage door open, which meant I couldn't get much control of the lighting. To distract me from this impending failure though, was a visit from next door.
We're gonna tuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it in my house. So, about it. Oh, you broke its sticks.
Yeah, that's alright, they're the spare ones. Yeah. Is he going on top?
Yeah.
That?
And that. The one is a rock that me. Like that.
Yeah, right on top of the rock.
Up there. There. Like that. Yes, I put there. What?
There it is.
I want this. I know. Pick it up flying. Love that. One. It's there. And the foot is there. The way is there.
To not disturb the battlefield of the dead of Dunharrow taking over Moria, I looked for the photos I had taken on my camera, and one was alright. So I took some quick snaps on my phone before heading back inside for the next step. First to sort out is the old page's background. It's not the exact old looking paper, but it's never going to be exact, and I already have it in my folder from my custom hero cards. After faffing about with my DSLR camera, guess which photo I used. With the phone photo, there wasn't room to crop it for all the across page picture, so I'm doing like the other heroes on the side. Doing the frame around it, again, not exactly like the army book with the two-tone, but just the yellow sells it. It's not going to be exact, except for the shade of red. After my go-tos, I had a good scroll through to find a match. But eventually went back to my go-to fantasy, calligraphic. It's not the same as the official, but it suits the theme perfectly. Now for the little blurby bit, the writing part, I used a bit from the Silmarillion. Audiobook narrator time. Also, any typos will eventually be corrected for the final export. For now, it's hastening time.
This isn't audible. Presenting The Silmarillion of the Rite of the Noldor, page 81, by J.R.R. Tolkien, edited by Christopher Tolkien, narrated by narrator. As Morgoth was being strangled by Ungoliant's webs, and he sent forth a terrible cry that echoed the mountains. The cry of Morgoth in that hour was the greatest and most dreadful that was ever heard in dreadful that was ever heard in the northern world. The mountains shook, and the earth trembled, and the rock were riven asunder. Deep in forgotten places, that cry was heard, far beneath the ruined halls of Angband. In vaults, to which the valor, in the haste of their assault, had not descended. Balrogs lurked still, awaiting ever return of their lord. And now swiftly they arose, and passing over Hiflem, they came to Lamoth as a tempest of fire. With their whips of flame, they smote asunder the webs of Ungoliant, and she quailed, and turned to flight. Quailed, and turned to flight.
Hiya, it's editing me. That glame there was never corrected, so I'm doing that now as I'm editing the video. Ignore the glame and let's carry on. Adding on a little sum up of their first staginess down at the bottom. I then remembered it goes in a different place under the photo. Now I did attempt to recreate the stat block with a rectangle, some opacity, some smoothing those edges, but it did look similar, but I might as well just copy and paste from the PDF, and nothing's really changing from Durin's Bane's stat block anyway. With that blended in a bit better, time for the writing rules stuff. This is where the first stage Balrog custom rules come in. Haste to the Balrogs is a special rule to give them actual hastiness, but not too much haste. Using a rule similar to the Demon of the Ancient World with Heroic March, with a similar increase of haste to the movement for Morgoth's Saviour. Then it was time to recreate the passive and active ability bits. To save space and time and not wanting to type them all out like I did with the Fiery Lash, I refer to the reader to the rules on page 151. With that space saved, I copy and paste into an appropriate sized half of A4. After some corrections and adjustments, it was done, and as we know, later corrected even more during editing for this final reveal. I do love a good bit of Photoshop. Actually, the only A I ever got, I nearly got one in graphic design in GCSE, but that everyone got marked down, so I got a B, which was my highest grade ever anyway, still. But I got an A in college. I wrote a magazine game review for like Xbox magazine, and I just went to town and recreated it. I think I still have it, I definitely kept it. But yeah, I love a good bit of Photoshop, so thank you Benji for that opportunity. And make sure to check out his video and everyone else's profiles. Links, as I said, in the description. And now for the usual stuff. Leave me a like down below, helps a lot. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. What do you think of the rules? What do you think of this first stage Balrog profile? What do you think of the rules? And of course, and as always, subscribe. And if you like what I'm doing here, if you like the channel, share it with any fellow hobbits or those who dwell in Middle Earth. See you on the next one.
It's quite cool.